Good morning, students. Today in this lecture we are going to start with a new module, that is module number 3. It is related with company documentation and formation. So here today we are going to discuss with the important document of the company, that is the Memorandum of Association. Now as you know very well that for the formation of company के registration के लिए दो important document होना ज़रूरी है. That is, first is the memorandum of association and second is the article of association. The first document is the most important document without which company cannot be registered, and the second document company can provide table A as already given in the Companies Act. So let us discuss first important document, that is the Memorandum of Association. Now the Memorandum of Association is an essential document, means it's a very important document for every company. No company can be registered without submitting its memorandum. Memorandum Act is what? That is the foundation on which the whole structure of company is built up. It acts as a charter or the constitution of a company. As in charter, as we have discussed the different type of the company, in that we have discussed the chartered company. So the memorandum act as in the foundation. Without that foundation one cannot build the building. So similar here, without this memorandum of association company cannot make its registration. Now further, the purpose of the memorandum is to enable shareholders, creditors and those who are deal with the company to know what is the permitted range of the enterprises, because the memorandum of association limit the power and function of the company. In the memorandum of association, company define the different clauses. Under this different clauses, company define its main purpose for what that they are forming the company. Next one. So here is the next is the definition of Memorandum of Association as per the Companies Act 2013. Now as per section 256, define the definition of Memorandum of Association. Memorandum means that the Memorandum of Association of company as originally framed, जो company ने originally बनाया है, और as altered from time to time in pursuance of any previous company law or of this act. So here let us some of the features of Memorandum of Association. So it is a document which contains the rules regarding the constitution and activities or the objective of company. This is the main document which contains the different activities and objective for which the company is forming. Then it is the fundamental charter of the company. The company is governed by it, means the memorandum of association fixed that the powers and function, that a limit of working of the company. The company is allowed to the work within the framework of it. The company cannot go without behind that the powers or behind that whatever mentioned in the clauses of memorandum of association. Company can work within the limit of that clauses of memorandum of association. It fixes the relationship between the company and outsiders. Then it defines the extent and powers of the company. If the act of company are behind the limit of the memorandum of association, such act would be the void and ultra virus. में कोई भी company अगर behind जो mention किया है memorandum of association के, उसके behind कोई काम करती है, तो जो भी वो काम होगा, कोई भी act होगा company का, वो void हो जाएगा. That is counted as ultra virus. So let us discuss the different clauses of Memorandum of Association. The Memorandum of Association of company consists of the 6 clauses. That is the first, name clause, second, registered office clause, third, objective clause, and fourth is the liability clause, then capital clause, and the last one is what? That is the subscription clause. So let us discuss one by one. Now, as related with the name clause, a company being a separate legal entity, so must have name, and the name must be the unique. It is not name like that king, queen, emperor, or any government bodies. Private limited company must affix the private limited word at the end of its their name, and where is the limited company affix the limited word at the end of its name. Then the company must painted its name in every place where the business of the company is carried out. Now the alteration is also possible. Now alteration of the memorandum, that is a name clause, is if company wants to change its name clause by passing a special resolution and with the approval of the central government. If the alteration involve change of the name to the private limited to public company, means private limited से public company में change करना है, means there is a no any taken the permission from the central government. अगर company का name same है किसी existing company के साथ, then the company change its name by passing the ordinary resolution, and company must inform for the changes in the name clause to the registrar, so the registrar will issue the new certificate of incorporation. Now the next one is what that. Now next clause is the registered office clause, that every company must have the registered office for the communication. The location of office must be intimated with to the registrar within the 30 days. क्या period दिया है? Within the 30 days of the incorporation. Now with the intimation to the registrar, a company can change its place in the same town. अगर same town में change करना है तो registrar को सिर्फ intimate करना है. And if the company wants to changing the place of office in different town, then passing a special resolution. And if company wants to change its office from one town to the another town, then various reforms are needed to the perform of the memorandum. So let us see the alteration of the registered office clause. Alteration of the registered clause in the memorandum of association is that if company wants to change in the same city, same town में, मतलब same area में change करना चाहते हैं, तो a notice is given to the registrar within the 15 days. And if company wants to shift it from one town to the another town, a special resolution is passed. And if company wants to shift it from one state to another, for what purpose? For efficiently or economically, or expand the business operation, or sale whole or part of his business undertaking, or to amalgamate with other business or person. In such case, a special resolution has to be passed and approval from company law board has to be obtained by the company. And that memorandum, altered memorandum, should be filed with the registrar of that state from where the company shifted, and also that registrar where the company shifting, दोनों स्टेट के रजिस्ट्रार को क्या करना है? मेमोरेंडम, अल्टर्ड मेमोरेंडम का कॉपी सबमिट करना है. Now the next one is objective clause. See, objective clause determine what? That right, power, sphere, that is the limit of the activities of company. So it should be the carefully डिफाइन, बिकॉज इट इज़ डिफ़िकल्ट फॉर क्लॉज टू बी अल्टर, कि ये क्लॉज को अल्टर करना बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है. तो उसके लिए जब भी ऑब्जेक्टिव क्लॉज को फ्रेम किया जाए, इसको प्रॉपरली एंड केयरफुली फ्रेम किया जाए. कंपनी कैन नॉट इनकॉर्पोरेट एनी एक्टिविटी विच इज़ नॉट प्रेजेंट इन द ऑब्जेक्टिव क्लॉज. कोई और एक्टिविटी इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं कर सकती. Then the subscriber of the memorandum choose the objective clause. जो साइन करते हैं memorandum को at the time of the formation of the company, they choose the memorandum of they refer to the objective clause for what purpose the company firm, वो क्या करते हैं? objective clause को refer करते हैं. So it is the main thing for company that जब भी objective clause को frame करे, carefully frame करना चाहिए. Shareholders are protected by the objective clause as it ensures that the funds raised for the undertaking will not be used by any undertaking. Clear? Means that is the whatever the money collected from the shareholder are used properly by specified the objective of the company. Now next one is the alteration of the objective clause. Now the as per the section 13(1) of the Companies Act 2013. Accordingly, any alteration of the memorandum with respect to the objective clause is permitted by the special resolution. किस पर्पस के लिए होता है? फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ कैरी आउट बिजनेस मोर इकोनॉमिकली और एफिशिएंटली करने के लिए, या कंपनी वांट्स टू ऑब्टेन द obtaining the main business of the company by new and improved means कि new technology करना है या totally new formation करना है कंपनी को, या कंपनी enlarging or changing the local area of its operations, या कंपनी carry on some business which may be conveniently or advantageously कंबाइंड विद द एग्जिस्टिंग बिजनेस, की कोई कंपनी न्यू बिजनेस को टेक ओवर कर रही है जो बहुत कन्वीनियंटली और एडवांटेजसली किसके साथ, अभी जो एग्जिस्टिंग कंपनी का बिजनेस है उसके साथ कंबाइन करने के लिए, या तो कंपनी जब अपना होल या एनी पार्ट जो सेल करती है किसी और अंडरटेकिंग को, या कंपनी सब अमलगमेंट हो जाती है दूसरी कंपनी के साथ मर्ज हो जाती है, तभी कंपनी क्या करते हैं, ऑब्जेक्टिव क्लॉज को अल्टर कर सकते हैं. Now the next one clause is that is the liability clause. As we have discussed that the liability of the shareholder of the public limited is the fixed up to the शेयर वैल्यू पेड, जितना शेयर वैल्यू पेंडिंग रहेगा. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर हम लोग ने कंपनी का शेयर 1000 में परचेस किया है और हम लोगों ने कंपनी को सिर्फ 700 पे किया है, तो हमारा लायबिलिटी क्या होगा कंपनी के लिए, दैट इज ओनली द 300 रुपीज़. फिर हमारा वंस हम लोगों ने 300 रुपीज़ पे किया, वी हैव नो लायबिलिटी ऑन द कंपनी. सो लायबिलिटी क्लॉज स्टेट्स द लायबिलिटीज ऑफ द शेयर होल्डर आर लिमिटेड टू द वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर ओन्ड बाय देम. जितना उसने शेयर्स लिया है, जो शेयर वैल्यू है, एज एग्जांपल लिया 1000 का एग्जांपल लिया, तो लायबिलिटी कितना रहेगा जब तक हम लोग अपनी शेयर वैल्यू 1000 नहीं पे करते हैं कंपनी को. The shareholder is liable to pay unpaid balance of their share, only unpaid balance. जैसे एग्जाम्पल में डिस्कस किया कि हम लोगों ने 700 पे किया, बाकी हमारा क्या है 300 पेंडिंग है. सो द लायबिलिटी ऑफ हमारा क्या रहेगा, ओनली अप टू द 300. द लायबिलिटी ऑफ मेंबर्स में बी द लिमिटेड बाय गारंटी. वो जो कंपनी गारंटेड होते हैं और ज़्यादातर ये कंपनी नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रहते हैं. Then it also contains the amount that every member of the company undertake to contribute to the assets of the company in the event of winding up. This is clause is applicable where the company's liability limited by guarantee होती है, तो members को amount specify किया जाता है कि जब कंपनी वाइंडिंग अप होगी तो कितना कंपनी के हर एक मेंबर को पैसा देना है. Now alteration, once the company अगर रजिस्टर हो गई लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी, so it cannot अल्टर्ड हिज क्लॉज एज अनलिमिटेड लायबिलिटी में अल्टर्ड नहीं कर सकती है. कंपनी अगर अल्ट्रेशन करना चाहती है तो कंपनी को जो सेक्शन 31 का पूरा प्रोसीजर फॉलो करना है बाय पासिंग द स्पेशल रिजोल्यूशन एंड आफ्टर कंप्लाइंग विद दैट द procedure that is specified in section and alter the provision of memorandum of association regarding that the liability clause. But ये याद करना है कि once अगर कंपनी लिमिटेड लायबिलिटी मतलब that is the liability limited है कंपनी का, so company cannot change in the unlimited liability. Now next one is the capital clause. Is state the total capital of proposed company. total capital बताते हैं, as we know that कि कंपनी का authorized capital होता है, जो authorized capital में total number of shares मेंशन किए जाते हैं जो कंपनी पूरे लाइफ टाइम में शेयर सब्सक्राइब करेगी पब्लिक को सेल करके. सो जो कैपिटल सब्सक्राइब करना है, सो द टोटल नंबर ऑफ शेयर्स ऑफ द ईच कैटेगरी शुड बी प्रेजेंट इन द कैपिटल क्लॉज. द एग्जैक्ट नेचर of any special right and privileges enjoyed by any shareholder must be mentioned in capital clause. अगर कोई special rights दिए गए हैं या कोई privileges दिए गए हैं shareholder को, वो भी capital clause में mention करना है. Now the next one is the alteration of the capital clause. Alteration, a company can alter capital clause by passing the ordinary resolution. in the general meeting में ordinary resolution pass कर सकते हैं. Alteration of capital may be altered. क्यों अल्टर्ड होता है, दैट इज द सब डिवीजन ऑफ शेयर्स, देन कंसोलिडेटेड ऑफ शेयर्स एंड conversion of shares into the stock and cancellation of unsubscribed capital, or within 30 days of passing a resolution the altered article and memorandum have to be submitted to the registrar. Now the last clause is subscription clause. Now it contains a declaration by the signatories of the memorandum of association. This is happened when the company जब registered होती है, at that time the directors and that the minimum number of the shareholders signature the memorandum of association. So the name and the signature of the subscribing the memorandum of association, it contain in this clause. So at least 7 member चाहिए in case of public company and at least minimum 2 member in case of private company. So it also state that the signatories have agreed to purchase at least 1 share of the company. दिस इज कंपल्सरी एट द टाइम ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफ कंपनी के टाइम पे मेमोरेंडम को सिग्नेचर्स करना है, ऑथेंटिक करना है। तो हर एक जितने 7 मेंबर्स हैं इन केस ऑफ द पब्लिक कंपनी और 2 मेंबर्स हैं इन केस ऑफ प्राइवेट कंपनी, दे मस्ट परचेज 1 शेयर ऑफ द कंपनी. Now that is the alteration of the subscription clause of the memorandum of association. Once a subscriber has affixed his signature or other details on the memorandum and the document are duly filed with the register of company, he cannot withdraw his name फॉर एनी रीज़न वॉट एवर. कि वंस एक सब्सक्राइबर ने, एक मेंबर ने सिग्नेचर कर दिया और वो पेपर सबमिट हो गए रजिस्टर ऑफ कंपनी को, तो ये अपना नाम विड्रॉ नहीं कर सकता. दिस मीन्स दैट द सब्सक्राइबर टू द मेमोरेंडम cannot go back from his position as a subscriber to the memorandum. Clear? Means once आपने subscribe कर दिया, as we have previously discussed कि 7 member चाहिए in case of public company और 2 member in case of private company. तो once अगर fix हो गया, तो अगर किसी member ने अपना signature दे दिया, तो once he is a subscriber of the memorandum of association, he cannot withdraw his name from such. That is the subscription clause. Clear? So up to this topic is over. New topic will continue in next lecture.